business this morning is the adoption of the 2019 solid waste budget.
I move we approve the budget as presented.
I'll second that.
We got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? With there being none, I'll call for a vote on the 2019 solid waste budget. All of those in favor, please indicate so by raising your right hand. Opposed, the same. And let it be shown that the vote passed 6 to 0 for the 2000. Is that supposed to be 19?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, for the budget ordinance adoption ordinance 2018-05. Can you do anything?
Yes, and someone needs to mark marinate on here. Gonna marinate.
Sign as well?
Yeah.
No,
The solid waste budget to adopt for 2018-6 as well. This is the final amount of the budget for
We
the
just put
solid
it on
waste.
solid waste.
There's 2 different ones.
Okay.
You gotta check your box.
Okay, one is the 2019 budget. So I guess there's 2 different ones. You'll need to make a motion to pass the 2018-06.
Do you have that again? 2018-06.
Dash 06. Somewhere in there.
Okay, so in addition to that solid waste budget, there's also ordinance 2018-06 that we'll need to vote on as well for solid waste.
And the Whitley County 2019 budget.
Right. We did solid waste first, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, there's another solid waste, and then we have the 2019 county budget.
County budget, correct.
So we'll move forward with this ordinance, 2018-06, also for solid waste.
What's that one, Kevin?
Next year's budget.
So it's in addition to this one, right, Tamara?
Yeah, one of them
Also
was
for solid waste.
One of them was for solid waste, and one of them was for the 2019 county budget.
We need a motion for that one.
Okay, so,
You have it in front of you, but I can't. I think they already passed it.
okay.
Basically, it's what's been already approved. You're just.
And these
making a
are, just so
motion
that I
for-
understand, there's 2 separate budgets for solid waste?
Only
Because
one, then there should be one for
We just voted on
county.
solid waste, so now we need to vote on
One was,
county?
yes, that's what I was trying to
Okay.
say. One was for solid waste, one was for the county.
I see, okay. We all got that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So you voted on solid waste, now you're voting on the county.
We don't have control over it.
Sorry,
Right, the
I
rest
said county
passes
and
just
solid
one to
waste,
one
yes.
shot.
okay.
Yeah. Two separate issues. So we need a
Okay.
second motion.
So we're good with solid waste. We've voted on that, so now we'll call for a vote
For on the county budget.
for our county budget, our 2019 county budget. And you have the number on that.
Yes, but here is the problem, that the county budget, the number is 2018-5. Solid waste number is 2018-06.
Okay,
So I don't know if you need to make a change in, when you made the motion or not, but.
I don't know, do you?
The way I understand it, there's two separate issues here on budgets on it. One is for the solid waste, which we just had a motion and voted on, and the second issue is the adoption of the Whitley County budget for 2019
Right.
on it. So,
We just said the wrong number, just the wrong number was said.
so
Normally, they were together, right?
I think we adopted them separately, maybe.
Did we?
They have to be adopted separately.
Yep, yes.
Because we used to clean a lot back.
So, and the ordinance number for the for the county 2019 budget is?
That's 2018-05.
Make a motion, we adopt the Whitley County 2019 budget, which ordinance number is 2018-05.
I'll second it.
I'm sorry, wouldn't you have to rescind? Because you give 2018-05 to solid waste.
Should be.
You say, they did put 05 on solid waste?
That's what
Yeah,
you
this-
said.
You put
what you said.
2018-05 on solid waste.
We just change this to 06 or not?
Wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter.
Should be.
I mean, that's the easiest way to do it. That'd be the easiest way to do it.
If the other one was 05, Chad, just make this 06.
Yeah,
So switch them.
that's the
Let's switch 'em.
That's the clearest way of doing it.
County 06, solid waste 05.
So with the additional information, I'll change my motion to read 2018-06.
Thank you.
I will second.
Perfect.
No.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Well, there's a multitude of things in there I don't like, but I'm still going to support it.
I understand.
Yeah, I guess we're not all of us aren't all happy with the whole thing, but I go along with that too.
So, having a motion, a second, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please raise your right hands.
I'll put mine up a little bit.
Opposed, the same.
Yeah.
Motion passes
You just put a half a check.
6-0 with one absent.
Just one mark, not a little.
We'll do that now.
Jim will just put a half a check mark.
That's okay.
So, purging it out.
Glad we got through that.
Thank you, sir.
Ready to move on? Next on the agenda is a transfer request from the Sheriff's Department.
Morning, I'll let Janelle go first with 911.
I'm requesting to move 6,000 out of the computer repair to overtime budget.
Will that last the rest of the year?
Yes.
A bunch left over.
He signed it.
And how much is in that line item now for computer repair?
$6,259.
And you don't see, you're not forecasting any use of that line item?
This is the one we were replacing and transferring from replace and upgrade computers to overtime? I make a motion we approve the request. I second.
Any further discussion? I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Motion passes 6-0 with one absent. This is not the same. It's this one.
They have two.
They have two of them.
It was the last one.
Sheriff Gadden?
I'm here to request a transfer in Lowett from medical of 40,000 to overtime into Lowett. This year in overtime, we started with 50,000. The expenditure so far this year through, I believe, 8/31 is $69,669.20. So that puts us in the red right now of $18,721.20.
Mark, a question on medical. In years past, that's been a big issue. Is that kind of tapering off some from what it used to be as far as a major expense, or still a lot of it?
There's still a lot of expense, Joe, you can elaborate. I would like to put it, we've been fortunate not to have had one of the bigger expenditures the last couple of years out of jail. And this, I'm hoping, honestly, I'm hoping this will make it to the end. This may not. You got the deputies have been here 5.5 years has left, has chose to leave long.
When's he leave? Or has it up?
Going on October 3rd.
Pretty close.
How many's on or the overnight shift?
Two.
Two? That's probably sufficient, isn't it, or not? It's not?
Do we have a state police officer also available for third shift?
Not all the time, no.
Okay.
Like last night, both of them were tied up looking for a subject for over 2 hours. Unfortunately, we did find.
I'll
have
make
a
motion
request.
to approve the request for transfer.
We have a motion. Do I hear a second?
That's like,
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? With there being none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Motion passes.
Sure, I read your jail inspection report, and again, congratulations, it looked good.
It
Other
did.
than the one thing where we're short. All the mechanical and that was a good job.
Thank you, and we thank Mark and Kyle for that, so,
Thank you, Sheriff.
thank you.
He didn't have an additional appropriation?
Yeah, it's coming.
For the jail.
Okay, next item of business that I have is community corrections for an additional appropriation.
Yep. Okay, so per State Board of Accounts, we need to do an additional appropriations for community corrections in June of each year because their fiscal year runs from July 1st to June 30th. These funds don't come from County General, they are all grant funds. So I'm just gonna pass this on for, okay.
So what's being asked is to move a grant fund from one line item to another,
It's an additional appropriation.
an additional appropriation.
And the reason that it is coming from State Board of Accounts, we have to do an additional appropriation because their fiscal year is different from our fiscal year.
So what you gave me was like funding community transition, veteran treatment corps. You gave me a whole stack of them. So which one are we focused on right now with community corrections?
They all have to be done. So I don't know if you want to do them one at a time.
So I think we should start with the community corrections
Okay.
additional.
They
all
all
they-
the community
Yeah.
Each one of these do?
Yes, they're all,
Okay. Okay.
and then we also have the probation one to do now as well. You have that information.
Do you want to speak to this at all, or?
The probation has a grant separate, and we have not been advised to do this yet, but basically, the state board of accounts just wants appropriations done every 6 months instead of every year since it's been so they're just asking to appropriate for that.
Okay.
That's under SWALA.
Right.
Yeah. And then my appropriations.
Okay. So we have a whole stack of them. And I believe that we had these also in our packet. Has everyone had a chance to review them? So we're being asked for an additional appropriation.
These additional appropriations are covered through the grant process.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great
Probably
money
need-
that's coming in, they just wanted to appropriate in 6 months instead of the whole year.
Okay.
It's not for the general fund. No.
Forgive me for not knowing this, but do each one of these additional appropriations need a second, or need their own vote?
Well, let's do it that way. Let's do it one at a time. Don't lump
Okay.
them together.
Okay. We're going to start with an additional for other services and charges for $5,000. This is fund name Community Transition.
Make a motion, we approve the additional appropriation request, funding community transition for $5,000.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Motion passes 6-0. Next one I have is fund name Jail Services. This is for the amount of $12,000 and other services and charges.
Make a motion that we adopt the appropriation, 12,000 out of the grant money for this.
I second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Passes. I have a request for additional appropriations with the fund named Veterans Treatment Court. The amounts are personal services, $13,826, supplies, $200, other services and charges, $500, for a total fund of $14,526.
I move to approve.
I'll second. I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Passes 6-0. Another additional appropriation resolution ordinance, fund name court program, and the total fund is $9,515.
I move we approve.
I'll second. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Are these separate?
No, it's all together.
So this request for additional appropriation is significantly larger. For total for fund is $331,133. The fund name is Community Corrections Grant. It'll be used for personal services and supplies.
This is again moving money in the grant program around. This is just moving money around within the grant.
Within the
program.
grant.
What's an additional appropriation, the funds would come from grant money.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll go ahead and make a motion. We approve the additional appropriation resolution in the amount of $231,133.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Passes 6-0.
Is there one behind that one? Or is it the same?
It's
Oh, never mind, go ahead.
line items.
You're right, sorry.
This one, the fund name is Community Corrections Project Income. Total for fund, $519,024.
I'd also want to make a note that within our packet is also shows how that money or funding is dispersed.
Thank you.
Also make that motion.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Just a question, on commissary, what's that money expended for? Don't know.
That's a whole.
Okay.
So I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Also passes 6-0.
One of them that we signed, that might go with it, I think.
And that should be it for community corrections, right?
I think that was underneath one of the sheets we signed.
I thought we were skipping probation.
We have the information.
Yeah, it must go with
They went ahead and did it right
what we
away.
signed.
Okay.
Never done this much signing before in my life.
Okay, we're going to jump back on the agenda and do an additional appropriation for the probation. Amy is here.
I'm just asking for additional appropriations in my adult user fees funds. This is money that's collected by the offenders that are on probation. We just depleted what we had set aside to meet the user fund, just asking for the additional appropriation.
Is that the 2,000? Which one is it?
No, it should be.
This is for 40,000.
You may not have one in this packet.
No.
No, we
We
don't.
didn't have it.
No.
This is money that's been collected on that?
Yeah, this is
and-
money that I have in the fund. I'm asking for appropriation to be able to use it. So we basically run the department off of the adult user fees.
I move we approve the appropriation.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. The motion passes 6-0. Is this same? Looks same.
Yeah, that one. Those two.
Okay, next on the agenda is Health Department Immunization clinic additional appropriation requests. Scott, you're welcome to speak to it.
It's just the money that we collect for admin fees and for things that the health department, when she gets shots. Collect the admin fee under a lot of the immunization cuts fees for doing travel vaccinations, which we're one of the only clinics in our community that does that. And she would just like to transfer from that pot of money that she collects into the medical office.
What's your balance in the medical supplies?
It's very low. I'd say it's about $700. This is, syringes, needles, Band-Aids.
Thank you, Scott.
This
And-
lasts the rest of the year?
It should, yes. We only got 3 more months. It tends to taper off after school starts. A lot of that happens with the schools. As you know, you got kindergarten, 6th grade, 12th grade.
Immunizations. yeah.
Right, so it should taper off. We will have flu vaccination, so that'll help cover the flu shots. But other than that, barring any Ebola outbreak, we should be okay.
Not gonna move.
Any further? Go ahead, John.
I'll make a motion to approve the additional appropriation for the health department.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Passes 6-0. We have a transfer request from Superior Court. And we'll do Superior and Circuit separate since Circuit wasn't on the agenda.
Sounds good. We also have student one. Registering and transfer. We have contracted services to supplies.
We'll sign a lot of papers this morning.
So we have a transfer request from Superior Court. They want to transfer from contracted services and move that to supplies for a total amount of $2,000.
Second.
I have a motion and a second.
Now, what is the contracted supplies?
Contracted services.
Yeah, services. But that's not from extra lawyers or whatever they needed or what?
That could be computer contracts and things, couldn't it, Don?
I'd rather believe it, I'm guessing since it's a court, I'm believing it's, the typing, the.
No.
Transcripts.
Yeah,
Transcripts.
yeah, okay.
They have people do transcripts because the staff can't keep up
Okay.
with it. That's my guess.
I was just curious about where they're drawing, what that's coming from.
Yeah, that's my guess.
We also
Okay.
do that for translation, when they hire someone to translate.
Translation, that's right.
Okay.
They have translators.
Several different things that do.
Okay.
Do we have any idea how much is in that budget now?
I would have to look it up.
First thing come was, they come in here for more money for the lawyers, and is that what it is?
Doing the translators, you always got translators. I've always thought those people understand English if it comes to cheating them on their paychecks, but anything else, they don't understand English.
Yeah.
You want to know what's in contracted services?
Mm-hmm. We're just looking to see how much is in that contracted services.
Yeah.
Line item now.
Yeah.
Let me see your minutes. I was thinking I saw something.
775, I would say.
Okay.
This is on
Yeah, there's 3,785 in that now, so it doesn't deplete it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, thank you.
So we have a motion and second, do we?
Yes.
We do.
Yeah.
So I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. And it passes 6-0.
We have a transfer
So-
from law books to chins.
So we also have a transfer request from Circuit Court this morning that would not have been in your packet. And what they're looking to do is transfer $4,000 from law books to Chin's pauper attorney.
I'll move we approve that. I know what happens anyway.
Is Mayor of the year cleaning the books?
Mhm. I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed, the same, and it passes 6-0.
This happens every year.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to budget that right down to the last dollar.
Yeah, let's see the additional appropriation.
Okay.
You may speak on that real fast.
Yeah, would you?
Yeah. Due to the amount of projects that we have added this year in CEDAT, the purchases of like a new truck for the engineering department and the loan payoff for the medical loan, this additional appropriation is needed of $177,000.
So the fund is seated.
Was this in the CEDAT plan? This is news to me. I don't know what we're doing here.
The engineer's truck was not originally. It was scheduled to be in the 2019 budget. But after discussing apparently the repairs on the existing truck in the engineer's department, they decided to try to purchase it this year instead of next year.
Okay, now I know what we're talking
Yes.
about.
Yes.
I apologize. Now I know what we're talking about.
That was Project 11, you said engineering truck? That'll be out, that'll come out of the 19?
Yes. And the medical loan, I can pull, I don't know if it was in the original. Do you remember if it, the medical loan payoff, was it in the 2018 or was it in 2017?
2018. Pretty sure.
As an individual separate project?
I think we're done with that. I mean, I think that's been taken care of.
Don, where they're doing excavating right up along the road there, is that where the salt building goes? Down at the highway garage? I see them digging right up close to the road there.
Oh. I don't know if that's exactly where the salt building's gonna go, but we had to, we had to have Wygen's relocate sewer. That might have been part of that.
I saw Wygen's there, so that's.
Yeah. We had to relocate a sewer and make an area for
Well, I thought
it.
that was up so close to the road, and I thought they surely ain't gonna put that up that close to the road, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know truthfully.
For 2018.
Oh, is there?
That's going to be the footers, and we'll put that.
So that medical bond was in the 2018 CEDAT plan.
It was Project 8.
I move we approve this request.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Motion passes 6-0.
So that project will come out of 19. Will be removed. out
Be
of-
removed from the
Be removed from
2019 seated
19.
plan. That should be it for transfers and additionals, right?
Yep.
Next item on the agenda is commissioner report.
Hope you guys got enough time. We had 2 things yesterday. Well, let's go back to the 17th meeting. Deb Dar came in from Council on Aging. They're getting a grant for cameras for their vehicles. I thought that was kind of cool. And we talked about, John Myers came to discuss that South Whitley is starting a TIF district. And that pretty much took care of that meeting. Yesterday, Scott was on the agenda to talk about a well variance and bid opening for cleanup, and the well variance man didn't show up, and the cleanup, he never got any bids for it. So, and then there really is good news here. Brandon has applied for a $1 million grant from Community Crossings. We got $600,000 last year. So he's going for $1 million. There's 7 total projects in that million. It's not just one project, there's 7 projects in that. So he thought we'd know maybe by the end of the year if we get that. So there will be an additional appropriation for you, a good one. So, sorry, that's pretty much it for us.
Thank you.
I know a couple more things too. We actually have a library board appointment. This was received last week from the South Whitley Community Public Library, and it is to appoint David Warner to his first 4-year term and the council's appointing authority. So it just needs approved, and it's supposed to be signed by the chairman, so I don't know if you can sign his place.
You know what?
You know him.
Dave Warner's a good guy, works in the medical businesses over at Warsaw. Born and raised there, come from a good family, be a good appointee. I move we approve the appointment of Dave Warner.
I think you'll be able to keep them out of the red.
Yeah. He'll keep them out of the red.
So I have a motion and a second for the library board appointment in South Whitley for Mr. Warner. Is there any further discussion? I'll call for a vote on this. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Now, the question I have is, as acting chair, am I able to sign this?
I would make a motion that we allow the vice chairman to sign as acting chair.
I'll second that, Jim. I think you can anyway.
Okay. We'll follow through with the vote. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same.
Thank you, Your Honor.
With their $1 million balance, he'll have trouble keep making that thing go down there.
I know.
It wouldn't allow us to carry $10 million, wouldn't it? They wouldn't let us have $10 million in reserve, wouldn't it? The state wouldn't let them have $1 million, but they wouldn't let us.
One last thing. The Community Corrections annual report was given to us last week. You just need to review and approve it. It's just their annual report.
And everyone has this, but it wasn't in their packet, correct?
Correct.
Did you find anything in a minute?
Yeah, John's got it marked. The vote was 3-0 instead of whatever we had, 6 or 7.
And the ask is that we approve it, or
Yeah,
is it just for our review?
It needs reviewed and approved, yes. So yes, it would have to be approved.
Or just review it?
My notes say that it would need approved.
And what's the deadline for approval?
I'm not necessarily sure there is a deadline in that.
I don't know that we can really approve it. We just received it, so I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just for our information.
Well, just table it for.
I'd say we table it.
Bring it up at the next meeting?
Yeah. That's it? Okay. Last thing on the agenda is our September meeting minutes.
Have a couple corrections on it.
Okay.
On the second page, below in other business, it states that motion was made and would carry a 3-0 vote. It's a 7-0 vote in 2 locations. It's the first paragraph under auditor.
Got it.
With those corrections, I make a motion we approve the minutes.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate so by raising your right hand. Opposed, the same. And the minutes pass. Councilman Barrett, do you have anything additional?
Have nothing additional.
Councilman,
I don't
over
have
to
any
you.
additional, but I'd like to ask the commissioners if your thoughts on what we're going to do with our jail situation over accounting. I'm sure you guys have probably been talking about it,
Jail situation?
the overcrowding.
It's definitely overcrowded. It was 124 yesterday. We're going lots of different directions. If you look at the population of the jail, there are a lot of addicted people there. There are some mental health issue people there. People who probably don't belong in a jail behind bars with $700 faucets. I think we're looking at a way of getting a lot of them out and into a system that's much closer to community corrections and leaving those in jail. Now, remember, the problem is the state. They changed the levels, and I'm not big on this, but I think it's a level 5 or a level 6 now, or you stay home, you don't go to DOT any longer. So, and has, Jody might speak to it, but are you guys aware that we're getting some money from the state? I didn't know if they made you aware of that or not.
So much per inmate for housing?
We've gotten just under $720,000. There's still about $100,000 pending, and I was going to email them this week and ask for that back, because we haven't seen anything for about a month.
Yeah, they're not fast,
Yeah.
but
Judy, where are you putting that at?
It goes into the general fund.
Has there been conversations on raising the rate for that?
Yes, from what I understand, the Indiana Sheriff's Association is pushing to change it from $35 a day to $50 a day. With substantially increase. We average about 25% of the jail population is billable.
You ever thought about charging the city for the prisoners of theirs that we house?
you read the paper, didn't you, Bill?
Yes.
What Bill's alluding to is that Allen County has finally put their foot down because most of their most of their customers are coming from Fort Wayne City. They're telling Fort Wayne City, hey, you gotta pay for these guys. The county shouldn't have to pay for criminals from the city. It wouldn't be quite the same here, but it would be, it would be, yeah.
One of the things that worries me about that down there is, I told you, I read the jail report, but probably all of you have. We're short, how many jailers? A bunch. And we get a lawsuit down there, somebody gets hurt, we're hung out to dry.
Yeah.
We've got no defense.
We are.
And that could get expensive, so we're gonna spend money somewhere. And if we can come up with some other way of doing it, handling, so we get down to where we're legitimate with them.
But Bill, we can't keep them either. So,
How can you bill the city for?
so it's not a very easy thing to look at.
No, I
because it's
understand Yeah, it doesn't have.
it's a to me, it's just a terrible job. You're just dealing with bad people every day, and I think you'd hate, I think you get tired of going to work just knowing that, but we have retention problems, and we don't have enough of them. It's a kind of a double-edged sword.
Somewhere along the line, we're gonna have to do something about it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be expensive. I think we need to be thinking of that along the line someplace. We're gonna have to come up with money to take care of that situation.
We are going to have to do something, but I'm not convinced at this point that we need a jail. I think we need to research getting some type of alternative incarceration that, I'm not making fun of the $700 faucets, but it's true. If you put a sink in a jail, you got to have a $700 faucet. If you put it in a place like community correction, it's a, I don't know, $15 faucet. So that's what we need. That to me.
I agree.
To me.
Somebody's got to figure it out, commissioners. What we're gonna have to do.
Yeah. And you and I talked yesterday. I really give kudos to Adams County. Now, I don't see how we could do this, but Adams County, 2 or 3 years ago now, recognizing this problem, went out and bought 100 acres south of Decatur. And that's where they put their jail, and now they still have all this, the rest of this land. I thought it was a great purchase on their part. They saw ahead. I'm not saying we should do that. I'm just saying that was great that they did that.
Yeah, the only fallback to that is then the transportation back to the courts.
You know, and that's a fact. I just read that yesterday somewhere too. Why aren't we using more video?
Good question.
Why does that person, I don't know if there's anybody in here who can explain it.
It doesn't always work.
You're talking equipment-wise.
Right.
But if you could make it work, why do we have to transport these people different places with today's technology? Look up there on the screen. We're doing this.
Yeah.
That's the part I don't get. It just seems like, why can't you just go to a room in the jail and talk to the judge?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, to backtrack a little bit, talking about Allen County wanting to charge the city for their inmates, because that's where the biggest part of them come from. But I don't know how they could legally get away with that, because the cities pay county tax.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I knew 2 or 3 years ago, Commissioner Peters was telling me about it. He said, we're going to go after the city because we're housing most of their people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But you're right. If those people pay county taxes, I don't know how you would.
Yeah. Double tax them.
Yeah.
I didn't expect you to immediately have a solution to it. I just wanted to bring it up, point out that we're going to have some big expense in the not too distant future to solve that jail problem. And maybe we need to buy some property someplace so that we got someplace to go with whatever kind of a thing we do.
Well, we did do some proactive things by buying the lots there south of the jail. That was part of the proactive part there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I think we're landlocked kind of now there, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. And again, I question, does it have to be in the city?
No, it doesn't have
I
to
don't
be.
know.
No.
No. Could it be in the county somewhere? So, I know, those are the kind of things that keep you awake at night. What are you gonna do with the 124 people in a jail made for whatever it is?
Under the door, I think.
The blessing that we have in that respect is most all the counties are in the same boat. And it's not like we're solo here.
Yeah, yeah.
And you keep in mind too, that when we moved to that new jail, which is not all that long ago.
1980.
8 prisoners, wasn't it?
1980.
1980, we had 8 prisoners in the jail.
What?
8 prisoners.
8 prisoners?
Yep.
We moved from the old
Yep.
jail to the new one.
Yeah, we used to get a lot of state money for housing.
Oh, yeah.
We did, that's right, we did. We used to get a lot of other counties, yeah. I had heard, this is old news, 6, 8, 10 months ago, news that Noble County was accepting out-of-county
I heard that too, yeah.
prisoners, so, there again, we gotta pay for that, but,
Well, the first few years, we got enough money from the state to pay our jail budget, the jail money.
Councilman Bayman?
No.
Councilman LaRue?
Nope.
Councilman Wheeler? No. I have nothing to add. So I'll go ahead and adjourn this.
Any public comment?
Oh, anything from the public? All right, this meeting is adjourned.
have a good month.
Kim, you got a heck of a good race.
Yeah, yeah.